Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Hello, kids. Welcome to Léa Planet, your channel for magical bedtime stories and learning. Today, we are going to listen to the full story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Get comfortable, relax, and let the story begin. Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom, there lived a king and a queen. During winter, the queen sat by her window, sewing. As she looked at the falling snow, she whispered, "I wish for a daughter with skin as white as snow, lips as red as roses, and hair as black as ebony." Soon her wish came true and a baby girl was born. She was named Snow White. Sadly, the queen passed away and the king remarried. His new wife, the queen, was beautiful but very jealous and cruel. She owned a magic mirror. Every day she asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" The mirror always replied, "You, my queen, are the fairest of them all." Years passed and Snow White grew more beautiful each day. One morning, when the queen asked her mirror, it answered, "Snow White is the fairest of them all." The queen was furious. "How dare Snow White be more beautiful than me?" she screamed. In her anger, she ordered a huntsman to take Snow White into the forest and get rid of her. The huntsman led Snow White deep into the forest. But when he raised his knife, he saw how kind and innocent Snow White was. "Run away, Snow White. Run far away and never return," he whispered. Snow White ran deep into the forest. She was scared. The trees seemed tall and dark. Strange sounds echoed all around her. After hours of walking, she found a small cottage. Inside, everything was tiny, little chairs, little beds, and tiny dishes. Snow White was so tired that she fell asleep on one of the small beds. When the owners of the cottage returned, they were surprised. There were 7 dwarfs who worked in the nearby mountains. "Who is this girl sleeping in our house?" asked Grumpy. "Let's not wake her." "She looks peaceful," said Doc. In the morning, Snow White woke up and met the 7 dwarfs. Doc, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Bashful, Sneezy, and Dopey. She told them her story. The dwarfs offered her to stay and live with them. "We will protect you from the queen," they promised. Meanwhile, back at the castle, the queen asked her mirror again, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The mirror replied, "Snow White, who lives with the 7 dwarfs, is the fairest of them all." The queen was even angrier. She decided to disguise herself as an old woman and trick Snow White. The next day, while the dwarfs were working, the queen knocked on the door of the cottage. "Hello, dear child," she said, offering a shiny red apple. "Take a bite of this delicious apple." Snow White, not knowing who the old woman was, took the apple. The moment she bit into it, she fell to the ground in a deep sleep. It was a poisoned apple. When the dwarfs returned, they found Snow White lying still. They cried and placed her gently in a glass coffin in the forest, hoping one day she would wake up. One day, a kind and handsome prince passed by. He saw Snow White and was touched by her beauty and kindness. He kissed her gently. Suddenly, Snow White opened her eyes. The spell was broken. The dwarfs rejoiced, singing and dancing with happiness. The prince asked Snow White to marry him. She agreed, and they lived happily ever after. Moral of the story: true love and kindness can overcome jealousy and evil. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Léa Planet, and click the bell so you never miss our next bedtime stories. See you soon, kids. Good night.